Hello, Crypto Finder crew. Welcome back to another video. Today we're talking all things NFT, and most importantly, I want to cover 5 things that you need to be aware of before you buy your first NFT, and 5 key reasons why you want to buy an NFT. Truth be said, I am no NFT expert just yet. And the reason why I bought one, I just wanted to understand what it's all about. But in the process, I learned some key lessons that frankly horrified me. Spoiler alert, I actually am super glad I bought this NFT. I'll share what it is with you later on. I will be making an entire video separate to this one about my NFT that I've purchased and the project behind it. I've become quite passionate about it. I absolutely love it, but that's for another video. Okay, let's break it down. What the hell is an NFT? Look, there's no single definition that will just suddenly make sense to you. You can Google it and probably get quite confused by it. I actually spoke to a friend of mine who is an NFT sensei. He explained it to me like this. Have you come up with the ultimate way to describe what an NFT is?
Like cards, right? Cards. Like go basics, go baseball cards. Like that everyone understands Pokemon cards, baseball cards, like collecting is the idea.
In a nutshell, they're a collectible. People appreciate the work behind creating an NFT, also known as minting. Think of it this way, your Mona Lisa, your Picasso, they're physical paintings. Nowadays, you can still create art, but digitally. And actually, the process of doing so is still not easy. Putting together an entire NFT project takes some serious knowledge and talent. And from my observations, the true enthusiasts of NFTs are very passionate and are not willing to sell their NFTs. Not for profit, not for any reason, not even for Kylie Jenner. NFTs can come in different shapes and forms. Some are art, others are utility. But at the moment, the utility side of NFTs are somewhat pointless, I would argue. Here's what James had to say about them.
There's another example. Someone was saying like, oh, NFTs are going to be the future. Just imagine you go to your hotel room and you verify your wallet and you just swipe your phone and you unlock your door. Amazing. You don't need NFTs for that, dude. Like it's already, you could do that instantly. You're just inserting NFTs into the use case that you can think of at the moment. In 6 months, I think there's going to be use cases which people won't even have imagined. 6 months ago, I'd never heard of a DAO. The closest I've seen to something groundbreaking is a DAO. The Constitution DAO almost bought a copy of the State of Independence, which was like $34 million. They suddenly crowdfunded, had loads of people fractionalize ownership of the asset, and they almost won it. There's a lot of issues there, but DAOs could well change the world.
My main take from that is that NFTs are still at an early stage of development, and the future of NFTs is huge. As James said, we don't even know the utilities that NFTs could provide in the near future. And so what we think is possible today might be absolutely nothing compared to what we discover in 6 months. Now, on to actually buying NFTs and the pros and the cons. So let's jump right into it. So here are 3 things you need to watch out for when you're buying an NFT. Number 1 is gas prices. When I bought my first NFT, I had no idea that the gas prices would be so severe. I'm used to buying cryptocurrencies and trading them on platforms like Binance or Coinbase, and sure, there's a couple of bucks fees there, £10 there. But when I bought my first NFT, I didn't check how much the gas fees would be. I paid $200 just for the transaction of acquiring an NFT. That is ridiculous. Who does that? Here's James reminding me of the process of me buying my first NFT. Why is it that sometimes the prices are ridiculously high, and I was lucky and I had what's considered to be a low price, even though it was still $200, which is an obscene amount.
To power a transaction, right? It's horrendous. I used to get annoyed when Ticketmaster used to charge £4 for me to print my ticket at home. Like, imagine you paying $200 just to power the transaction. It's livid. We live in the UK, so think about congestion zone in London, right? So why do you pay to have a car and drive in London? Well, because there are loads of cars, so they want to reduce the number of cars. Why do we not pay where I live in the country? Because there's not so many cars here. It's the same thing on Ethereum. You're going to pay a lot more money when the roads are busy, and you're going to pay a lot less money when the roads are quiet.
And what is it? Is it the mining process that is just so...
Yeah, so your money is going to people who mine the Ethereum and process that block and donate their computing power, basically.
So that's point number one. Make sure you check what the gas fee is for your purchase. Before we move on to number two, an important point that still touches point number one about gas fees. If you're buying or minting an NFT that is in huge demand, for example, a 10K, you have to bear in mind that you are potentially risking your transaction to not go through, which means if you've created a request for a transaction to mint a 10K, let's say, but somebody else beats you to it and they run out, you will end up paying that gas fee of $200, $300, $400, whatever it may be. It could be thousands of dollars, and not actually receiving your NFT. So the world of NFTs is very high risk if it's in high demand. You need to know what you're doing. You have to do your research and not rush in, unless you are willing to lose some money. Right, let's move on to point number two. Point number two is sadly nothing new, and that is phishing and scamming. There is so much scamming going on in the crypto world, especially in the NFT world. If you don't know this yet, NFT communities are heavily circulating on platforms like Discord. Now on Discord, you are able to almost identically replicate a profile to match that of an NFT creator. And that means that scammers are able to reach out to NFT holders and owners, pretending to be the creator and leading them to believe that they are legit. So many people have fallen for this, including the likes of owners of apes and CryptoPunks. We're talking NFTs that are worth hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now that's just one of many ways that scammers are able to access your wallet and sometimes drain it. Another one you have to keep an eye out for are actual scam NFTs. NFT projects that aren't even there out of passion or there to stay, but they're just to make money and run. This has happened so many times, so you have to be very careful with what NFT project you are choosing. Buying NFTs requires a lot of extensive research. You need to make sure you know what you're buying. You need to make sure that the creators have a reputation, backing, and history. Number three, don't buy an NFT for a quick flip. First of all, you're gonna piss off the community. Second of all, it's stressful because there's no guarantee that you're even going to be able to sell it. Unless, of course, you're buying something in the high rankings, which, let's be honest, you're probably not. NFT owners are often very stressed holding them because while your NFT may rise in demand, the cryptocurrency value like Ethereum could be dropping and plummeting down to the earth and making your NFT basically worthless. Now let's not get into the whole crypto side of things. That's for all my other videos, which you're welcome to check out up there. I think I got it right this time. Yeah, it's this side. Definitely this side. Okay, so now we've gone through the negatives and the dangers. Now let's jump into 5 key reasons why you should buy an NFT. Now, number one is the most important. You have to love the art. You have to appreciate what the creator's done. If you don't appreciate the art, there's not much point really getting into it because, frankly speaking, you won't be respected in the community and possibly even asked to leave or kicked out. The NFT world is more about art and creation and less so about just making money like you would on crypto. Point number two actually ties in with point number one, and that is community. You see, people are very, very passionate about their NFT ownership. In fact, people have found that these communities are a great place to make friends.
Oh, a friend?
Like-minded people, similar interests, similar tastes, an appreciation for a new developing technology in the form of art. Getting to know your NFT that you're invested in is very important because a lot of people could be in there just for the money. And it's important to fish out those kind of NFTs because the true passionate ones are probably the ones that will last and actually achieve something. Listen, I'm not saying never sell your NFT. Of course, if the time comes and there's an opportunity, go for it. Now, point number three actually really excites me. Point three is IP. intellectual property. See, technically speaking, when you buy an NFT that is a one-off, you technically own that piece of art. Now, the topic of intellectual property rights is quite complex, and I'm tempted to do an entire video separate on that alone. But for now, all you need to know is that in theory, if the NFT you purchased gives you the intellectual property rights, that means you can use that in any shape or form you want. In fact, you could turn it into a business logo, a business name. You could open a coffee shop with your NFT as your brand logo and name. You can turn your NFT into an actual money-making business. That is, of course, if you continue keeping it and not sell it. There are many legal aspects to this part, so don't quote me on this, and there's a lot more to it, hence why I said I might do a separate video on this topic later. Point number 4 is utility. What do you actually get from these NFTs? Some projects actually offer all sorts of rewards and send you even physical items. Here's a little clip of James showing us the merch he received from some of the other NFT projects that he invested in.
I've got a skateboard sent to me by a project which I was a part of, which was completely random and a surprise. And I was like, okay, cool. I got their hoodie there. It's nice to get little physical stuff.
Cap as well, is that there?
Oh yeah, mate. Oh yeah. I wear this cap like every day now.
But merch isn't exactly where it ends. That's just the nitty-gritty small stuff. If you own, let's say, a Bored Ape, you would receive invitations to special parties and events for only those who own a Bored Ape. They recently had a party in New York, which, let's be honest, sounds pretty incredible. Call it a club membership, an exclusive one. One day.
No! God, please, no! No!
And number 5 is being a part of a project that achieves a long-term roadmap and becomes something special. How awesome would it be to join somebody's NFT project in the early days, only to then discover that it becomes the next Bored Ape or CryptoPunk? You owning one of those things from early doors, having bought them for absolutely dirt cheap, and then becoming absolutely priceless. That's a cool concept. And unlike traditional art, it's not only for your guests that come home to see it, to admire it, the whole world knows you own it. You know, just for low-key flex. So that's my introduction to the NFT world that I really wish I knew before I got into it. I hope you've learned something from this. I hope it's been useful. Next up, I'll be releasing a video about my NFT that I purchased. That's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. See you soon.